Now, to be fair, I don't think we need to really go down a whole rabbit hole of history about what Koikatsu is, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you know. But for those that might not know, it is basically an H game, yes, but ultimately it is also known for its Kara Studio, its main iconic mode where people can basically take character models, do whatever the hell they want with them, and do them for lewd or crazy things, whatever the hell they decide to do. It is basically a machine, in my opinion, where people go to where they want to just drop the most bonkers ass ideas that could never really happen in any sort of reality, but in that one. That's what I feel like that's what it is and what it's mainly used for, right? And obviously, if you've seen any of the AI memes with, Anefa trying to be a thug and not cry and trying to display that hoodness for some reason, or, any of the other recent jokes I did with it, then that's what that is. That's what Koikatsu basically can create when it comes down to it. And every single time I use it, it's been great. It's been a fantastic time. And it takes a lot of mods to even get something like this running when it comes down to it. Like, you can't physically put Inefa in, Koikatsu just by itself. You would have to use mods for that. You have to use HF patch, which mainly is the real reason as to why all the mods in Koikatsu work, honestly. So if it wasn't for that, basically you're cooked. Like, to be honest, Koikatsu is also another dream game I always wanted to see happen, but I never thought was possible until I actually got into it and saw, oh, it is possible to do this, right? So to keep it very much a stack, it's great. You can literally chuck whatever character you want to in any environment and then just do whatever you want to with them, modify their own bodies as well, and then just proceed to F around in the most wild way. And for the biggest example of this channel of what I like to do when I actually be having time and the capabilities to put it out, is obviously the Genesis Force series, where we have that whole story and narrative going on, still trying to get that last inch of this episode out and be done with it. So there's that, but ultimately you get the dang point. If you ever wanted to see like the most wild and shit ever, then that series is definitely an easy way for you to understand. But the reason why I'm bringing up Koikatsu now is because I feel like Koikatsu, at least at this point, kind of doesn't get its flowers the way it should. I've seen many different people use the system, still use the system to this day, still make cards, and the community is still there. But ultimately, I don't ever see people just straight up make videos about it or like talk about them in some shape or form where it's giving its flowers back to many different people that has created many different characters and many different mods and stuff like that. And while I can't go over everything, I definitely want to shout out a fair amount of the people, or at least the ideas that is out there regarding some of the character models and stuff like that too, because again, it is such a crazy ass idea that something like this exists, and the fact that it really rarely ever gets talked about or gets its flowers in a proper way, I'm kind of weirded out by that. So that's what I want to basically focus on today. And while obviously there is so many different artists that make Koikatsu cards and models and maps and stuff like that, I can't give you everything, but I'm gonna pick out like maybe like a few of these people and maybe like just in general what the system means just in general as a whole, because again, it very much deserves its flowers too. But before I begin though, I'm gonna start putting the subscription number in a lot of these videos now, because high-key, it's time we get to 10k. I'm ready to get that. I'm pretty sure you heard me years say this for a while now to hit 10k. Still haven't hit it, so making this year gonna be just a glaring reminder that yeah, this gotta go up. I need this to go up, please. So that's just how that is. But just as an encouragement to hit that subscribe button. But when it comes down to it, where do we even begin? First and foremost, I want to give at least credit where credit's due when it comes down to it. The reason why Koikatsu even operates with the mods and the characters and the things that it does is mainly Marco. Now, I'm also gonna just go ahead and throw out this disclaimer as well too, because I don't know everything about Koikatsu and its community. I have been playing it for years, but I don't know everything about it. That being said, I might get information wrong about who created who, or what did what, and all that sort of stuff. So, if it's a team behind Mainland Marco that made the whole HF patch to get this thing going, if it's him by himself that, made the whole thing work, then obviously please tell me in the comments below so we can have that correction. But when it comes down to it, mainly Marco. If it wasn't for that man's genius, if it wasn't for their style points, we wouldn't have Koikatsu at all. There is no damn way the game would operate the way it is when it comes down to it, as far as I'm aware of, because literally, again, you have to have the HF patch to be installed in the game. If it's not in the game, there's no way you're seeing many of the different characters that would pop up normally when it comes down to searching up anything Koikatsu ever. If it's not going to be through that patch, you're cooked 5 different ways. So that's number one. Mainly Marco cooked on that one and just led a slew of people to come through to make their own shit, just to, you know, I guess, do whatever the hell they want to do. So that's that. And the crazy thing is, they still work on the mods. They still update that whole thing when it comes down to it, right? So, you know, you don't have to update every single time. Like, you can be fine at a certain update, like, you know, where I am personally, and, you know, things will work fine. But they still mod stuff to make it work even more with newer things, right? Because let's just also be real when it comes down to this too. Like, a lot of the characters that you see get put into the game that people create is coming from Blender. Like, a lot of people that work with Koikatsu also work with Blender too. So that's the reason why characters and maps and different, you know, mods come through with that you can physically see literally come from, you know, Blender as well too. And there might be other programs as well that I'm not aware of, but ultimately that's usually the trend. It's coming from Blender and then shipping all the way over to Koikatsu to do what it's going to do, right? That's just genuinely how it is. Maybe MMD, but that's more so for movement and animations as far as I am aware of. But that's basically the whole gist. And again, there's so much that you can yap about when it comes down to this game, but let's just be absolutely real here. One of the big reasons as to, you know, why people look at Koikatsu characters and very much can see, you know, what they're cooking up here and just being amazed at what they see is because of how well people can put things together, right? And easily one of the biggest names that can absolutely do it, and still does do it, is Evan. For sure. Like, I still am baffled at how they are able to do the things that they do, but they are able to. Like, if you want to look at fine ass My Hero characters, literally that's how. That's the set that they rep essentially, right? Evan made a lot of those cards, and while anybody can make a card, anybody can do it, the way that he does it is glorious. And still, to this damn day, Miku from Edith of Deities is still one of my favorite builds that they ever really made, honestly. There is so many ideas, genuinely, I wish I could just throw at Evan just to be like, hey, here's a few ideas I would like you to do, but obviously that's up to him if he will ever would want to do that, so I'm not gonna just, you know, do that. But when it comes down to it though, again, that's really good work when it comes down to it. It just, again, shows you how good they actually are when it comes down to it. And there is so many different, you know, character card artists that's out there to really make a good model when it comes down to it and really showcase, yeah, this is how a character can also look in this sort of 3D setting in this environment as well, doing whatever the hell they want to too. Like, hell, if you really look at the Genshin scene in terms of like Koikatsu cards as well, there's a lot of people that know how to slap and make really good builds of those characters, and not just like your average, you know, maybe casual sort of build, like actually really good builds. Like Zen, is that it? Is that the name? Did I F up the name? Probably did. It's very hard to pronounce a lot of these damn names, high-key. I was about to say Cindy Soul Sheets, but then I'm like, oh wait, that's Kill la Kill. But when it comes down to it, they do good when it comes down to any of Hoyoverse like characters, any gacha characters. When it comes down to it, like, it's really damn good. And I could go all day just naming different people when it comes down to it. And there's so many different people that just do make stuff in general. Small or big follower counts doesn't really matter. They just cook regardless. I'm just gonna name a few more. Koi Animex, how? Again, just shows you how good this game looks. The shading of this game and the people that keep putting more shading effects and stuff in there. How do you make this look this dang good? I can't even pull half of this off a lot of the time personally. I'll be so impressed sometimes when I do, and I'll be bursting into tears for the 1% of power that I'm actually using of the game, right? But ultimately, you get things like this this looks really damn good. Or like Semimatsu, which I haven't spoken to you in a while, how you been? But when it comes down to it though, really good with animations as well. Like, you mean to tell me you wouldn't want some of this Yuzaki? I'll take it. Ghidorah, which I've only just discovered for this video, but you just also recently hit 200k. Congratulations to you. They also make extremely good animations that I really can't show on here. just know it's also really good. Never getting piped down by some Natland person. Okay, I see how it is. Mr. Delago, I can't read. I am dyslexic. But when it comes down to it though, if you needed him for any like sort of character that's basically is not a human, that's who you kind of go to. Like genuinely, when it comes down to it, because high key, honestly, there's a lot of Sonic characters that exist in Koikatsu, and a lot of the times it's kind of weird how they kind of work and stuff. If it ain't really, you know, like an Evan that's working on it or a Delgado working on it, it's not going to be an easy time, and they do very well with that. And then finally, someone like Cave Creates, which, hello Cave, if you're somehow watching this. Haven't talked to you in quite a while. How you been? Is Riley popular yet? Hopefully she'll get there one day if she isn't already. Also, still haven't tried that DMC that you very much love. I just haven't. Or Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, Resurrection. As you can tell, I have not played that yet. But when it comes down to them, they have gotten exceedingly better when it comes down to creating models and stuff like that as well, right? Honestly, I think I still do have the old model of Riley from years ago when it comes down to it. I believe I have it, and I'm pretty sure I've showcased it on the channel once before. But when it comes down to it though, they're really damn good too. They gotten even better with how they create characters now. Once again, it just shows you how good Koikatsu really is, and that's just characters. I haven't even touched anything with the maps, which just from a glance and from a quick look through on Pixiv, look at this. This is Silver Moon Hall that Columbina stays in Genshin. Someone made this. This looks peak as hell when it comes down to it, and it's insanely impressive. So to keep it very much a stack, yeah, this is the cool creative shit that you get in Koikatsu when it comes down to it. So again, once again to mention it, it is a glorious game with a bunch of glorious people that know how to create stuff that is just very creative, that knows how to just, you know, model things right and do a whole bunch of other stuff that I do not even have the brain to comprehend of how to do when it comes down to modding in general. But ultimately, it is so damn good to see so many people be creative in such wild ways in terms of how this system works. And honestly, again, they need their props. I do feel like these guys need their props when it comes down to it, and their flowers when it comes down to what they have given people here in terms of what they can use. And again, people don't get the props that they should, and obviously when it comes down to things like hearts and maps and mods and whatever, people are more inclined to just, you know, take them and use them for their own purposes for whatever reason and stuff like that. And I won't sit here and lie, yes, I've also done the same damn thing too, and that's just how it is. That is just the nature of the community, I suppose. But when it comes down to it though, still at the end of the day, one, I don't share, so that's also another thing. And then two, at the very same time, at least I'm able to give people props when it comes down to the cool shit that they make. At least if you can't support these people, at least share their works around to showcase how good they actually are, unless you're, you know, not able to for some reason. But that's basically what I wanted to throw down with this video, just again to showcase that Koikatsu is an amazing ass game, an amazing machine that honestly not a lot of people think about or use, but it should not be slept on when it comes down to. But that's really all I want to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on the way out. Also follow my socials, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Cash Out is available as well. And until then, it's me, Boy J, sign off. Have a blessed day.